Hello, I'm Zash, and welcome to my reading of Steins Gate Zero. If you are new here, there is a link to the playlist in the corner over there. The Christmas party has come, and they are working together to get Daru set up with his future wife. Amani is getting worried since her very existence depends on it. Hopefully, things will work out for them. I was feeling bad for Nae, but when I took out my own present... Whose idea was this? Mayuri is my guess. The box had a cute design, and inside it was what looked like a see-through white veil. The veil was decorated here and there with little pink ribbons. This can't be a... Oh, nope, I was wrong.
Oh, you got it, Okabe-san. You can give it to Mayushi as a present.
No way!
I'm sure she'd be happy to wear it for you.
Even though she hopes she would wear it for her. Why are we talking about this?
What? What's this about me?
Mayuri heard her own name and came over.
What's that, I wonder?
It's the baby doll lingerie, Mayushi. And a super cute and sexy one. You can wear it for Okabe-san, okay?
You know that's not happening.
Then why don't you wear it yourself?
I see that blush.
I'm giving this back. You can enjoy it yourself. I pushed the baby doll lingerie back into Fubuki's hands.
Okay, wanna exchange it for what I got?
Fubuki handed me her present in exchange. The wrapping and lid had already been removed, and I took a quick look inside. Sexy pink shorts and a pink bra.
Who bought these?
Yep, they were see-through.
Girl! Oh, that was the present I brought. I'd love it if you had Mayuri-chan wear it. Enjoy.
I didn't peg her to be, like, Fubuki was obvious. I didn't...
Didn't expect it from Kai.
No, yeah. Is that all you people think about?
Miyushi's already got a present from Okarin, so I'm okay.
All right, she was the one rigging the game, so of course she got Okarin's. Mayuri had drawn my present. Perhaps because we were childhood friends? No, because she's rigging the game and she wanted yours. By the way, I'd chosen a huge chunk of chocolate in the shape of a gold bar. The kind of thing you find in a Don Quixote bargain bin.
Okabe-san, was there really nothing else you could have gotten?
Well, chocolate is a pretty safe gift in these situations.
It's a pretty safe bet for, a party full of teenage girls.
Yeah. Well, party full of people in general, like...
Yeah, people like chocolate.
Yeah. Shut up! I read in a magazine that these things make hilarious party gifts.
I would want chocolate.
Yeah.
No, there's no way anyone wants to get this. None.
Not a chance.
What? No, these people are weird. The advice was good.
These people are weird. Chocolate's good.
Yeah. The advice is good. It's just these people are non-standard. Not even a chance? The magazine said it was a sure thing. Yes, it was a 99% sure thing. These people are the 1%.
Miyushi's happy. It's a gold bar. I'm never going to get to touch another one in my whole life.
Oh, you're such a good girl, Mayushi.
You really are a good girl. There.
Fubuki and Kaede were patting Mayuri's head, half out of sympathy and half because she was cute. Somehow, I ended up as the bad guy.
Okay, now it's my turn to open.
Also, question, did anyone vet Daru's gift? Just a thought.
That's a good question.
Yuki started to open her present.
Wow.
She took out a cute wooden music box. When she opened the lid, a little tin figure that danced. Oh, okay, so either someone...
Okay, not bad.
Yeah, either someone vetted the gift or they screwed up the rigging of the game.
Whoa, it's so cute. It's wonderful.
So romantic.
That's so nice.
The girls all seemed really impressed. But Lukako is a guy. It definitely looked like something a woman would enjoy receiving. With as many girls as there were coming to this party, it might have been the perfect choice. Wait, maybe I should have bought something like that. But then I realized that the idea had never even occurred to me.
Whose present could this be, yeah?
Faris, you're making it too obvious.
Oh, me.
Daru reluctantly raised his hand.
Huh?
What?
Oh my.
Uncle Daru, you're amazing.
Nice, brother.
Everyone, except Mayuri and Faris, who knew about it in advance, raised their voices in surprise.
This is from you then, Hashita-san?
What do you think? Mayushi was the one who told me to get it.
It's wonderful. Thank you. I'll treasure this.
Yuki held the music box close to her chest. She seemed really happy. And then her expression turned confused as she looked down into the box. Then she started to fidget.
Excuse me. I need a second.
She hurried off toward the washroom, still holding the box. She must have seen the trick. According to what Mayuri had told me earlier, there was a fake letter from Daru himself taped to the bottom of the box. It was something like a love letter, along with an invitation to a movie date. Hey, this is not going to turn out well. I wonder how she was reacting. Meanwhile, Daru had also opened his own present, and he looked a little bothered. He'd been given Faris's present. Until he opened it, he looked really happy, but now he had gone completely silent. According to Mayuri, he was going to get a pair of movie tickets. And even though it was a present from Faris, the tickets came with instructions to use them for a date with Yuki. Faris responded to Daru's questioning gaze with a wink. "Good luck, nya," she seemed to be saying. For her part, Faris received some kind of strange doll that Maho had bought at the Donkey Kote. Lukako's present was a miniature remote-controlled helicopter that Dr. Liskinen had purchased. And Dr. Liskinen got a set of 12 cute little crayons from Nae. Well, at least he didn't get any of the lingerie. Suzuha's present was a pair of handmade gloves. Yuki had evidently made them herself. She put them on, looking happy, but maybe a little lonely, and smiled.
That's great, Suzuha.
Yeah. Wait, what did you get, brother?
This.
Who?
Daru realized he'd been set up, and he was clearly avoiding looking at her. Suzuha seemed to understand and patted him on the back with a gentle expression on her face.
What's wrong with that? Go have a good time.
What? And two, Suzuha?
Do you want your daughter to exist or not? It's frustrating watching you two.
But I've never been on a real date.
Neither has Mom, supposedly.
What? Really?
Yeah?
I see.
Well, that's a good thing. Like, they're both completely new at this, so they can
Yeah, she won't have
high
expectations. Yeah. She'll be more forgiving to fumbles.
Yeah.
Because she'll also fumble.
Yeah. Yuki came back from the bathroom. She seemed to be having trouble walking straight.
So my.
She sat back in her seat, but began to nervously nibble on snacks at the table. And once in a while, she would take a look at Daru. For now, the movie ticket plan seemed to be going well. Staring too much could tip her off. I should probably pretend I didn't know anything.
Oh! Maho-san got the music box menu she brought.
Oh my god.
Mayuri raised her voice when she saw the music box in Maho's hands.
That's not a box. It's so cute.
It was shaped like a deformed bear, and when you wound it up, its hands and legs would jerk back and forth as it played a tune.
I love it. It's hideous.
Ugly cute. It was a very different design than the one Yuki had received.
Is it really okay for me to get something as nice as this?
Oh, Maho has the same taste in ugly cute that Mayuri does.
Sure it is! Go ahead! Go ahead!
What kind of music does it play? I want to hear it.
Yeah, me too. Maho started to wind it up. As she wound it, Kaede turned off the music in the background, and the BGM track quit.
Here we go.
I like the thought that the background music is actually playing in world, and when Kaede turned off the music, this is the song that Yuki was humming. Maho took her hand off the winding key, and the mechanical yet gentle sound that was unique to music boxes began to play. The lively atmosphere of the lab was replaced with a feeling of calmness and peace. We listened quietly to the sound of the music box.
Miyushi really likes this song.
So do I.
It makes you feel all warm, right?
Yeah, it does. Oh, I see. This is the song.
Suzuha stood up, as if she suddenly remembered something.
Yuki-san, don't you remember? Huh? What?
Yuki was spacing out so hard that she started to panic when Suzuha spoke to her.
When I was sick, you sang the song for me here. Oh, come to think of it. Yeah, it's definitely this song.
Suzuha seemed to be remembering something as her eyes narrowed.
Hey, Big Sis Mayu, what song is this?
This is...
Mayuri was about to speak, and then... out of nowhere, the world twisted. I moaned in pain as an incredible sense of wrongness flooded through me. The whole lab seemed to twist and fade, and the happy party I'd been experiencing warped and waved like a mirage. It couldn't be. No. Somewhere far away, I heard something that sounded like a violent crash. I was just barely able to move my eyes in the direction it came from, and I saw Fubuki falling to the floor as she knocked over a table. Kaede and Faris ran over to her, calling her name, but it all looked so blurred, like I was watching a movie underwater, and everything was moving so slow. Their voices were getting further and further away. No matter how much I stretched out my hand, it reached no one and touched nothing. It was a terrible feeling, as if time and space were being torn apart, and even matter itself was losing its subjectivity. This feeling, even if I didn't want to remember it, I knew what this awful feeling was. I knew it far better than I had ever wanted. This was reading Steiner. Pandora of Eternal Return. For the first time in almost 4 months, I felt like the whole world was twisting. Who was it? Who had changed the world line? I didn't do anything. I hadn't interfered with the world. So why was the world doing this to me? I opened my eyes. Things had already taken on different colors. The world kept wavering until, once again, it became fixed to a single point in time. I wasn't looking at a warm, cheerful party in the lab anymore. I was outside. It was raining. The rain was falling on my face in drops so large that it hurt. It was a midwinter rain. It was freezing cold, and I could feel it sapping the strength from my body. Well, we're having one of those right now here.
Yeah, it's raining here too.
My view stopped twisting. Though it doesn't look this bad here.
No? Where are we, Portland?
I was staring at the broad back of a man I didn't know. I could hear the sound of many boots stamping through the mud, mingling with falling rain. The stench was terrible. The smell of sewage was so strong it hurt to breathe, and it was mixed with the awful smell of burning rubber and plastic. Where was I? What was I doing right now? Things around me had changed so much. I tried to understand the situation I was in, but my brain was having an awful time keeping up.
We're almost there. Hang in there.
When I stopped, a rough hand patted me on the shoulder, encouragingly. I looked around to see a man my age with a strong, powerful face. It was a face I'd never seen. I didn't know him. Probably. The man was wearing the camo outfit and equipment I'd often seen the self-defense force wear on the news. He was carrying an assault rifle on his shoulder. There were 7 or 8 people around me, all dressed the same. Now, is this an honor guard through the city because he is Hoyen Kyoma, the leader of the resistance? Or is this just a squad escorting a civilian out of danger?
It's a good question. I'm guessing he's currently in World War III.
Yeah. They surrounded me in a circular formation and walked forward silently as they kept careful eye on this area around them.
Obviously, it would be a timeline where World War III started earlier.
Yeah. It's probably the timeline, the Alpha, or no. Yeah, this might be a Gamma world line, or could be the Beta world line.
Yeah, because he reset.
Yeah.
We had 2 in the original game.
Yeah.
But if there's no saying that 2 is all there is.
Yeah. Oh no, there's a whole truckload of side content that is all the various different possible world lines. Well, not all the possible, but some of the possible different world lines. Are these people the self-defense force?
Yeah, so it's entirely possible that there's one where World War III started even earlier.
Yeah.
What would make him come here, though?
And then I realized I was wearing the same camo uniform they were. Oh, so he is a soldier in the SDF if he's wearing the uniform.
Oh dear.
I'm in the SDF too? I touched my bicep to check, but there was no muscle. It was flabby and weak. Unlike the others, I wasn't carrying any weapons. So he could also be a, like the civilian specialist type deal too.
Yeah, or they might have just stuffed him in an extra set of clothes for the camouflage aspect.
Or he was just soaked.
Or he was soaked.
Yeah, and it was the only clean, dry clothing they had. Then, what was going on here? It felt like these 7 or 8 tough-looking SDF guys were all guarding me. Since when was I that important? Well, a civilian in a war zone, they do take efforts to evacuate them if they can't, like if they can spare the manpower.
Yeah. Not usually 7 or 8, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if a team's doing a...
Yeah, but they might be going in that direction too, type of thing too.
Yeah, like if a team's doing a thing and they come across a civilian, they'll take them with them sometimes.
Yeah.
But they don't usually dedicate a whole team of people to a single civilian.
Yeah. But maybe if he is important, like the leader of the resistance or something.
Yeah.
Or has specialist knowledge like time machines, for example.
Like timelines.
Yeah. They might need to keep him alive because they're hunting for the phone wave or something. Still confused, I dragged myself onward. Where was I, anyway? It was a long path filled with dark brown mud. The walls formed a tall silhouette to the left and right. The path was filled with garbage and concrete rubble, and sometimes we had to force our way past it. I looked up past the high walls. Despite the rain, the moon in the night sky was strangely red and a little too bright. Well, at least they won't be expecting him to help out if a fight breaks out.
Fair.
Even in this world line, he doesn't have the training, so they won't expect him to have the training. It was thanks to the moon that we were able to walk down a path like this without flashlights.
No, that might also be to keep yourselves from being seen.
Huh? Sound. I heard a sound. It was the sound of water. I looked over and saw a hole opened in one of the walls. Filthy water was pouring out. The water formed dozens of little rivers that blocked our path. So that was it. This was the bottom of a river that had dried up. What looked like high walls were the river dikes. Where are we? I had turned toward the man who had spoken to me a bit ago, and yelled so that my voice could be heard over the rain. Shh! Don't make any loud noises! Oh, sorry. We're almost through the city center. If we can make it to Nerima Garson, there'll be a car waiting for you. So just keep walking. But his words cut off there. Everyone seemed more tense than ever. One of them grabbed me and pushed me towards the side of the riverbed. Everyone put their backs against the wall and held their breath. I could hear the sound of a helicopter's rotors in the distance. Well, this would explain why Suzuha was so tense about a helicopter.
Yeah.
No, more than just one. They were getting closer. I had no idea what was going on, but I could feel my heart start to beat faster. Get in the shadow of that car! Past several meters of rubble lay an overturned car. It must have fallen into the riverbed after the water had disappeared. The entire body was bent inward, and the roof was completely crushed. I lay down in the stinking mud and slid into the shadow of the overturned car. At the same time, the SDF soldiers were issuing each other orders, as if this was something they'd planned for already. They probably had.
They probably dealt with this several times.
Yeah, this is not a unforeseen situation. Two of them stayed by my side, and everyone else ran back the way we'd come. They all climbed up crevices and outcroppings on the wall, and then disappeared over the edge of the dike and out of my view. Shortly after, those were gunshots, and not just a single shot from a handgun or anything like that. This was the sound of war. I could hear the helicopters getting further away, drawn by the gunfire. Oh no. In this world line, was Japan at war? No, that's fair. It could just be someone invaded Japan, not necessarily World War III as well. The Third World War? I remember Suzuha's words. I happened to look inside the crushed car. I could see the corpses of a man, a woman, and a small child hanging upside down, still attached to their seatbelts. They were all covered in dried black blood. They looked like mannequins at a bad haunted house.
I think that's your mind rationalizing it, buddy.
Yep. And then I realized, or the bad haunted houses actually did a good job at making the mannequins. I'd been so focused on moving forward that I hadn't noticed what they were. But I'd seen similar mannequins sunk into the mud. I could see their arms, the bones and ragged muscle exposed to the air, reaching up to the sky as if seeking salvation.
You would not be smelling sewage there, buddy.
Yeah, but he also probably doesn't have a
Frame of reference.
Yeah, frame of reference, so he wouldn't know. Like, the best thing he could compare it to was sewage, since it stinks.
Maybe, but it's a very specific smell.
Yeah.
And usually, even if you've never smelled it before, you know it's not right.
Yeah. But he wasn't thinking it was right. He just thought it was sewage because it stunk and he didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I put my hand over my mouth to stifle a scream. Those weren't mannequins. Now, get along the side of the wall and move! Huh? We're changing the route. Come on, stand up. He pulled me up. My knees were shaking from shock and exhaustion. The others are drying away the Soviet helicopter. but that won't last long. Hurry! The Soviet helicopters? Well, Russia isn't that far from Japan.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have a reason to do it.
Yeah. My mind was dulled from the terror. But it seemed like there was something off about what he's just said. Also, he said Soviet, not Russian.
Yeah.
Like, that means the USSR is still around, not Russia.
Yeah.
Get a hold of yourself. Do you know how many people have died to protect you? Yeah, so it looks like he's a VIP, not just a random civvy. Protect me? Why? We haven't been told why, but we were told to lay down our lives for you if we had to, and that you could change this country's future. Yeah, it's probably a time machine tech involved. A helicopter passed over the riverbed. The bright searchlight passed by for a moment, but thankfully the shadow of the dike hid us. That's a big lesbian. No, this way. The young SDF soldier, whose name I didn't even know, pulled me inside one of the holes in the concrete. When I looked closely, I could see that it was the entrance to a sewer. It was just big enough for a single person to pass through. Struggling against the flow of water that came up to my knees, I pressed on through the darkness. My sense of smell had already gone numb, so I didn't have to worry about the stench of the sewage. Nose blindness is a wonderful thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Once inside, we came to several branching paths. The SDF soldiers seemed to know which one would lead where, and they marched on without hesitation. And then we came out of the sewer and back into a riverbed. It was dried up, just like the one we had just been through. I didn't know if it was the same river or another one, and the two soldiers didn't tell me. Either way, I was glad to be finally out of the foul-smelling darkness. And I tried to take a deep breath and fill my lungs with fresh air. I'm not going to make a comment about a foul-smelling darkness dementia Raven way, but halfway through, I realized that the riverbed smelled even worse than the sewer. I took an involuntary step back, and then another. The sight in front of me was just that terrible. What was once a riverbed was now filled with bodies. Some of them had been burnt totally black, so it was impossible to tell how much death lay before me. And in the distance, I could see what looked like bonfires. They were burning despite the rain. The fires were consuming the mountains of flesh that once were human bodies.
That's the smartest thing to do.
Yeah.
Listen, it's rough, but when you're facing possible rampant disease, you gotta get rid of that shit.
Yeah. We're almost there. I know it's rough, but can you run? Yeah. The SDF soldier spoke to me, and then I came back to my senses. If it weren't for those two, I wouldn't have been able to stay sane. We ran through the riverbed, one of them in front of me, the other behind. I could hear the constant drone of the helicopters above me. Sometimes the searchlights got very close. Each time they did, I hid in the piles of bodies until they passed. I'd seen this many times before as I'd wandered through the world lines. I'd seen death. I'd seen the moments where people had died. But at the same time, I'd never experienced what happened to a dead person after they were left out for a long time. More than fear, more than sorrow, the thing that hit me first was the smell of death. The rotting stench ate away at my body, not my soul. My whole body was rejecting it.
Because it could make you... Listen, rot equals disease. Your body automatically is wet about it.
It made me feel sick. Yeah, that's why the whole medical theory long ago that bad smells cause disease, which not exactly true, but there was some correlation there.
There is some correlation. It's like how you're automatically like viscerally disgusted by poop. It's not the worst smelling thing in the world. It really is not. Yeah. But you're still more disgusted by it than you are by, say, sulfur. And it's because sulfur doesn't present possible disease.
Thinking that way meant trampling on the dignity of the dead. But I couldn't help it. The Valley of Hinnom. I remembered that phrase. That was what the strange attacker had said that night when they came after Dr. Liskinen, Maho, and me.
It is better for you to enter life with one eye than to have two eyes and be thrown into the Valley of Hinnom.
That valley was the origin of the word Gehenna, meaning hell. It was said that flames burned there every night, scorching the heavens themselves. Those who died merciless deaths, with anger or misery in their hearts, were flung into the flames, their souls becoming black smoke that rained hatred down on the land. What I stared at now was Gehenna. The two soldiers led me to a half-collapsed subway tunnel. The lights were all off because there was no electricity, but there was 3 armored cars in camo colors with their headlights on to illuminate the way. They were 4-wheel drive, off-road vehicles covered in thick chunks of armor, but I didn't see any real weapons. You can take the subway route to escape to Saitama. Yeah, One Punch Man would solve all this.
I was making the joke.
I hear it's still safe at Aruma Base. If you can get that far, you should be able to escape to Kaito. You should be able to escape Kanto.
The Kanto region?
Well, that's what it was named after. And Saitama was named after the city as well.
Well, it's not like they have city names in One Punch Man, so it's fine.
Yeah, but like the mangaka said he named Saitama after the city.
Yeah.
And One Punch Man would be useful in this situation.
Absolutely.
Escape Kanto?
I'm making a lot of jokes because this is a very tense situation.
Yes. Ask them about it. For now, just hurry. There were a lot of things I wanted to ask, but even as we spoke, I heard what sounded like gunshots outside the tunnel. The man forced me into the back seat of one of the cars. Goodbye. I'll be praying for your safety. What about you guys? We have another mission to carry out. Farewell. The 2 soldiers who had brought me here saluted, then turned around and left the station. I felt like I was never going to see them again. The door of the armored car slammed shut with a heavy thud. The car's crew were SDF soldiers, just a little older than me. the diesel engine kicked to life, and the car raced down the tunnel that had originally been designed for trains. Of course, it wasn't a pleasant ride at all, but I didn't have any choice. There was no way I could tell them I wanted to go to Akihabara. I had no way to alter the world line. I had to survive in this hellish world. And to survive, I needed to do what they said. My wants didn't matter at all. I wasn't even allowed to express them. I just did as they told me and ran. It was all I could do. But I had no idea that it would take an entire month.
You can't trust any American or Japanese personnel. You are at risk until you get here. Your reading Steiner is vital to the war effort. Respond as soon as it's safe for you to do so. Else I conquer.